Okay, today we are playing game on Dorado. We are playing Brigitte, Anna, and D.Va in that order, and there is no SR for today's game because it was a placement game. We even play a little bit of Moira at the very end of the game, so we're playing a lot of heroes today. Because it's a placement game, I also don't care what our team comp is. That's what I'm going to tell you. The reason is anyway. The actual reason I don't care is because I've procrastinated far too much. But we were having a wonderful conversation in our Discord server about how the world's gonna end. And being the nihilistic sort of man I was, I couldn't resist taking part. So, anyway, cursor's on the screen. Oh god. So, they've got an Orisa Bastion up there. They've also got a Reinhardt, so they're pretty all in on that one. We, meanwhile, have a Doomfist and a Symmetra on our team, so it's looking good for us so far. Doomfist immediately dead. I think he changes to Junkrat, though, so I don't, basically we go, fuck Bastion. Now, miraculously enough, Symmetra's actually managed to kill Bastion, but they have a Mercy, so he's alive again. Pharah booped Anna down here to us, which is, like, insanely good luck, honestly, because we just get to kill Anna for free right there. Now, we're advancing in a little bit too bold right here, because we're going up by ourselves into their team. There's a Bastion right there, and our shield's already half health. There's a lot of ways we die for this, but fortunately Bastion breaks our shield and then stops shooting us to shoot Reinhardt instead, so we just kind of get away with it. Reinhardt's alive again, their Bastion's been picked off by Pharah, and basically, we didn't have to do anything. We're gonna capture this checkpoint. Not to spoil it or anything, we're going to capture this checkpoint, and we really didn't have to do anything. It just kind of resolves itself for us. We don't manage to stun the Roadhog here, which is unfortunate, but I mean, at the same time, what's he going to do? Now we're going to run after him for a while. There's no way he kills us. Alright, there is literally a way he kills us, but it's extremely unlikely. Brigitte can duel anybody in the game, basically. Almost anybody in the game. She can't duel Pharah, you got me there. She can duel almost anybody in the game, though. And Roadhog's honestly one of the easiest ones. So we captured the first checkpoint, we didn't really have to do anything. Our team just won around us, which is good, honestly, because what's a Brigitte really gonna do against the Bastion comp like that? Not a huge amount, so thankfully our team dealt with it so we didn't have to. Now their Orisa's gotten picked off over there. It takes a long time to get to the end of this checkpoint, so she's going to get back and all that, but I mean, it gets us around this first corner basically uncontested. Any free pushing you can get is good times. Now their Bastion's been picked off right around the time that Orisa would be getting back again, so, about as bad as it could possibly be for them. We've got Rally built up. Reinhardt's up to some shit right now, as we can see. And, he gets away with it. Upsettingly enough, he just gets away with that. So, now there Reinhardt's alive again. He's probably got Earth Shatter. He's close to it, certainly, if nothing else. We're gonna pop Rally here. We might as well. We haven't, won the fight yet or anything, and, even if we do end up winning the fight, the armor's persistent regardless, so it doesn't matter. Their Reinhardt did have Earth Shatter, but it ended up not actually mattering. Bastion's in tank form right now. We can block the tank. We can actually get up in Bastion's grill and try and block these shots. And stun him, as well. All that, good times. We also could have tried harder to block, to interrupt Reinhardt's Earth Shatter. It's difficult for Brigitte to block Earth Shatter. But we could have tried harder to stun Reinhardt's Earth Shatter, but I'm still bad at doing that. It's mostly just because I like to stun people as often as possible, and they've nerfed the shield bash cooldown 97 times at this point, so it's very inconvenient for someone like me. So our Reinhardt, look, our Reinhardt's really bad. I don't know if you've picked up on that based off the previous play and the previous play to that play as well. He's not great. It's okay though, because they're worse, is what we've seen so far. Pharah killed herself with Barrage, so that's always very exciting when that one happens. Symmetra's killed Bastion again. It's just not a good day for Bastion, is it? He's having a bad time over there. Miraculously enough, though, even though, a lot of them, they're like, fuck it, I'll pick Symmetra. Miraculously enough, even though, like, most of them died, we actually haven't really been making very much forward progress right here. So, our shield broke? Yes, our shield broke, and then we continue walking forward regardless into, like, their whole team. And that's bad just in general. Then Reinhardt comes around to start fighting us. As soon as you stun the Reinhardt, you gotta get him off you. Just whip shot him back at that point. Whip shot was off cooldown, like, as that happened, right? It didn't, like, come off cooldown right as we died. Sort of did. Either way, start backing up after you stun him. We gotta get out of that dude's face right there. I think we delayed the whip shot ever so slightly. I came up pretty close to dying, though, so. Either way, stun him, start backing up, don't keep going in once your shield is broken. Brigitte's pretty easy to kill once your shield is broken, because you don't have your shield to hide behind, and you don't have access to shield bash. And Brigitte's pretty easy to hit. Like, if you don't have your shield to absorb damage for you, you're pretty easy to hit. A lot of surviving in a fight as Brigitte is just, like, flicking the shield up frequently. That's how most Brigitte players end up dying constantly, is that... I'm gonna complain about Reddit. I fucking hate, because people are like, Brigitte's so overpowered. Whenever somebody sees a Brigitte play well, they go, Brigitte's so fucking overpowered, brain dead hero, blah, 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 blah. Almost every Brigitte I see is suicidal to a ridiculous degree, because they've been taught by the internet at large that Brigitte's a brain dead automatic hero, you just pick her and you can't really do wrong. There's actually skill involved in playing Brigitte. If you can believe it. Is it mechanical skill? No. But there is skill involved in playing Brigitte. Almost like, you know how Mercy isn't particularly mechanically challenging, but there's a skill with Mercy, it's staying alive. You know how Winston is pretty easy to play mechanically, but all the Winstons you'll see in the ladder fucking just throw themselves into 6 people without their bubble and die? There's actually a skill to playing these heroes, but people get told that heroes like Brigitte, Mercy, and Winston are all brain-dead, no-skill heroes. And then guess what? They pick the hero, and they don't know how to fucking play the hero, because there is actually a skill involved in playing those heroes. It's just not mechanical skill. But it's okay, because as we know, every hero except the hero I play is a no-skill hero. All of them, without fail. That's just how it is. It's, it annoys me, because they give people the wrong impression of these heroes. Because I've seen so many Brigitte players that just think they're playing a fucking Pyro in TF2. W, mouse 1. Let's go! And then that's about the extent of it, and then they just die on 6 people. The Winston does the exact same thing, jumps into 6 people, he put his bubble down in the choke point, and then jumped in while his bubble was on cooldown, and then the enemy team went, what the fuck are you doing? And slapped him into the ground. But, you know, no skill hero, completely automatic. You just play him, you don't even have to touch the keyboard, the game plays itself at that point, you can just watch Winston doing shit. And then, after people saying that these heroes take no skill to play, they have the audacity to then say, why is this Mercy so fucking bad? Holy shit, how do you even be bad at Mercy? She takes no skill to play. You see, these two things are kind of mutually exclusive. If they take no skill to play, you can't be bad at them. Anyway. So, I hate the internet, is the moral of it. I hate Reddit in particular, but I hate the internet. So, we went in way too aggressive and died after Reinhardt died, basically, is the gist of what it looked like happened there. I was busy being angry at the time, okay, which is how I spend most of my day, really. I spring out, I crawl out of bed in the morning, I crawl out of bed in the evening, and I just think to myself, what can I be angry about today? And you know, I go on the internet and I always manage to find something to be angry about. Like how the thing that I crawled out of bed this evening to see and get angry about today was how EA was like, the Belgian government has decided loot boxes are gambling and told us to remove them from the game. You know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna tell the Belgian government to go fuck themselves. How very sensible. How very sensible of you, Electronic Arts. You know, we pushed it pretty far with Battlefront 2 already. You know what we should do? Push it a little bit further. Just go a little bit further. You know how the government's already looking at the games industry right now? Like, damn, it seems like they're up to some real shady shit over here. You know what we should do? We should go tell them to fuck themselves. That's what we should do. That won't attract more attention to us or anything like that. No. How very sensible. Oh, it was such a good day on the internet. So we're playing Overwatch, by the way. Which is an Activision game and a Blizzard game. So, Activision-Blizzard. Also quite bad. That's Destiny as well. Oh, God. Oh, we fucked that one up pretty bad, didn't we? Anyway. So things are going well right now, I'd say. You know, their Bastion's dead. And once the Bastion's dead, their comp's gonna have a lot of trouble functioning anymore, because they're kind of based around Bastion. Have you noticed how their comp's been based around Bastion, but Bastion has been one of the first ones to die almost every time so far? That's a bit of a predicament for them right there, isn't it? Bastion's back now. Bastion's dead again now. Here comes Reinhardt. He's too late. So that went well. So now, I believe we changed to Anna. It's hard to remember. I was busy being angry, and we play a lot of heroes today. No, we are not changing to Anna yet, it looks like. Come on. Okay, so. Now we must defend Dorado. So I'm expecting to see a Bastion come around the corner, just based off of how that round went. There may also be a Symmetra. The cat's in the adjacent room. It sounds like trying to scale the wall. I don't know if you can hear it. He's trying to fucking mountain climb the wall right now, it sounds like. Anyway, there's a way you can get into the ceiling from the other room. And, let me show you what the result of that one was. Those two holes up there. That's the result of that one. Because he climbed up into the ceiling, and it's fucking polystyrene tiles. So he fell straight through the ceiling. And you know what he decided to do? He was like, you know what, fuck that. That was just a one-time thing. I'm gonna do it again. So he did it again, and now there's a second hole. And then he decided he maybe shouldn't do that one again. Cats are such stupid creatures, man. So we're too far up right now. So Reinhardt obviously decides to go a little bit further in. We should absolutely not have followed him right there. That was not... He saw a Bastion, and he was like, you know what I can do? I can charge the entire length of this street and get to the Bastion. Didn't work, oddly enough. But then we followed him. So we shouldn't have done that, either. So we were going to change to Anna, which is fair enough, but we got revived. So now we're here still, as Brigitte. And miraculously enough, we've managed to end up pushing them back regardless. The Bastion's behind us now. We took the shield down. We took the shield down right there. So, he has been out. Well, we did look at him. We saw him. We saw him in the corner before he started shooting. right there. Now, I'll give you, he's blending into the background a little bit, but we did see him. And he was in shot, but we didn't see him. And then we took the shield down as well while he was in front of us, which wasn't super recommended. It's alright, we've decided to change to Ana. Ana's good against Bastion comp, so that's fair enough. She's certainly better than Brigitte is, because Brigitte can't really do very much to facilitate killing Bastion. She can't even take him out of turret form. Which Ana can do. And then there's the bio grenade as well. So as we can see, most of our team is dead right now, so... Mercy. You know, I wouldn't have recommended that one. Mercy, look, you know, like, she... Was the plan to revive Torbjorn or something? Like, You notice how he didn't even put his shield up? You notice how he just looked at that team and was like... Let's go. Now, yes, single file, boys, into the meat grinder. Let's go. Oh, Farah wants her turn in the meat grinder. Oh, yeah. Wait, don't do that. We threw that grenade on them for, like, no reason. Nothing's happening yet. The whole Ana's cooldowns are really strong. They're the strongest thing about Ana. So we really don't want to use... He's here now. So we really don't want to use them too frivolously. I'm sure that sounded great. This is all going to sound great for the next few seconds. We don't want to use our cooldowns super frivolously, because Ana's cooldowns are really strong. The whole point of the grenade is to try and hit people during the team fight. Ideally, people on both teams, so that you can get maximum value out of it. Because if you can do something like get your Reinhardt with it and their Reinhardt with it, then you should win the team fight. Because suddenly their Reinhardt's been sentenced to death and your Reinhardt basically can't die because he's getting super healed. The whole point is to throw it on people during the fight, pretty much. So, their Symmetra is like way out of position, but we're only playing Ana, so it's going to be difficult for us to punish her for that one. Fortunately, Roadhog did. That grenade didn't hit anybody, because I think we threw that into Reinhardt's shield. Yeah, we threw that into Reinhardt's shield. He already had his shield up when we threw it. Took us a while to notice Bastion was there as well, didn't it, actually? We're kind of like looking straight at Roadhog. Bastion's just buckled down right next to us. We didn't notice him for a while. Like a solid second after he started firing, because we were looking at Roadhog, I assume. Oh my goodness, calm down! It's not that serious, Reinhardt. Fuck this Roadhog! Let's go! Don't press right up into these boys. There's no need to press right up into them. Like, Reinhardt would love for us to be directly adjacent to us, and us pushing up into him has accomplished nothing except get us hit by Reinhardt. It's not like we needed the grenade to hit us or anything. We were full health at the time. Don't press right up into the person. Ana can be pretty far away from people and still doing stuff. So, now, miraculously enough as well, right, it was just a wonderful game. Every other sentence that starts with miraculously enough. We've not quite lost the checkpoint yet. We've missed the trank onto Symmetra, and that's just terrible news, frankly. Why did we throw the grenade at a minute ago? Because if we had the grenade, we might have lived here as well. What did we do with this? We threw it at Roadhog, but he died. Very unfortunate. So we do have Nano Boost. We don't have an incredible combo for Nano Boost. The best combo we have is basically Roadhog, which is pretty good. You know, it's one of the better ones. It's no Nano Blade, but it's one of the better ones you can have. So if we can combo with Roadhog, that's the best case scenario. Otherwise, we're probably just going to use it to, like, keep somebody alive, like Reinhardt, when he inevitably does something suicidal again, because he's shown that he has a bit of a tendency to do this. And so we just use it on Reinhardt right there. I'm not honestly super crazy about that one, because Reinhardt doesn't look to be in a position to do much more now, really. Or at least not significantly improved. Like, if we nano boost him right here, I could understand that, because then he'll kill the person he's pinning, and still be, and like, theoretically be close to the enemy team. But we nano boost him after that's already over and done with. And he ends up not actually doing much with the nano boost. So I could understand nano boosting him at the point he pins somebody, but after that we've seen the whole thing resolve, it doesn't make any sense to nano boost him at that point anymore, because like the main crux of his fighting is basically done at that point. He charged in, he killed that person, now nobody else is really near him anymore, because they went, fuck, I don't want to be involved with that. Now we can't nano boost Roadhog. And now Roadhog was using his ultimate, which, as we established, was one of the better combos we could have. Was the best combo we can have right now. It's one of the better ones in general. Because you got, like, the obvious combos, Nano Blade, Attack Visor, Nano Visor, and then, like, right under the obvious combos, you pretty much have Roadhog. The Whole Hog doesn't do the Rudy Tooty Whiz Bang Shooty doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but once he's been nano boosted, it does a fucking lot of damage suddenly. So, they're all way too far in. We're actually playing a bit of Moira right now. I lied to you, we play a bit of Moira right now as well. I forgot, because this segment's quite short. We do change to Moira again at the very end, but I do mean the very end. That segment's also quite short. Anna, I think, was still a better choice. Moira isn't, like, particularly good against this type of comp, because can't heal through barriers, the damage orb doesn't really affect them in any way, like, she can't out-heal people being killed by Bastion, Coalescence isn't gonna make them move, like, Anna has a lot more going for her in terms of countering a Bastion comp than Moira does, because Moira has basically nothing going, whereas Anna has the Sleep Dart, the Bio Grenade, nano boosting the right people. Like, she's got ways to deal with Bastion. Moira has no ways of dealing with Bastion. And I mean, at the end of the day, like, dealing with Bastion in general usually requires teamwork, because they, horror upon horrors, are employing teamwork. I know, it's basically cheating, really. So, you kind of need teamwork to beat teamwork, but teamwork's in short supply in the online world of Overwatch. So now we're going to play D.Va. So we've gone through a fairly dramatic hero shift right there. I don't actually like the Wave Rider skin. Controversial opinion. Hot take. I don't actually like the Wave Rider skin very much. I think D.Va looks kind of dumb. The mech looks alright, I guess, but like, nah. The thing is, though, I really like Mad Max as an intellectual property, so I really like the Junker skins as a result, because they're very Mad Max-esque. So I might just be extremely biased, because I do, like, really love Mad Max. But I don't really like the Wave Rider skin very much. So, we've basically gone dive at this point. Now, I'm not necessarily super excited about the dive, because they've shown us that they've been running Bastion this entire time, so I'm kind of expecting them to continue running it. And I mean, you can play dive into Bastion, but it's kind of hard and requires coordination. Unlikely to happen. And I mean, like, it's one of those things where, like, no single tank is particularly good to run into Bastion. It's like, I would have just continued playing Reinhardt, because at least then we can, like, he's doing the same thing he did last time, which is sit pretty close to the choke point and get picked off right at the start again. So, like, there's architecture here we can use as Reinhardt to kind of try and cover us going in, and then if we can just cover a little bit of distance, we can pin the Bastion. If we're playing D.Va, we're really trying to kill, like, people around Bastion or force them out of position with the self-destruct and all that, but, like, we can hold Defense Matrix over him, so maybe someone else can kill him. But, I would just go with Reinhardt, honestly, and hope that he fucks up pretty much. Which is like, you know, there's no single tank that's particularly good against Bastion. The best tank, like, in a vacuum against Bastion is Roadhog, but, like, they've had barriers this entire time, so it gets harder. Also, that fucking Roadhog thing did go through, so suddenly Roadhog's a lot worse at breaking barriers, and wouldn't you know it, they've stripped away another reason to pick Roadhog, because suddenly, like, one of the better things about Roadhog at this point was how good he was at breaking barriers. Now he's significantly worse at breaking barriers, because they've nerfed his right-click. Technically, they've fixed a bug, because the fall-off wasn't calculating correctly. But here's the thing. Why is he a projectile hero that has fall-off damage? Name another one that does. May did, until recently. Why has Roadhog got fall-off damage when he's a projectile hero? You know, for no other reason than to go, fuck you, you're not breaking that barrier. That's all he had. That's all he had anymore. He's already dead. Stop. Oh. Very upsetting. Very upsetting. Anyway, so I'm not super excited about that self-destruct because a lot of people were already inside the building, and they've got a Reinhardt as well. So just lobbing it in at them like that is unlikely to accomplish too much. We did manage to get Moira with it, but I would rather wait till they buckle down again and then throw the self-destruct into them, because that's going to force them to respond to the self-destruct, and then that's our opportunity to go in on them. Rather than just lobbing it in at them. Now, as we can see, didn't matter. Their Bastion has this habit of dying suddenly, so it makes it a lot easier for us to get in. Probably because he does shit like this. You know, just a theory I'm throwing around here, but I've noticed that quite a few people in this game that we're playing right here have really bad self-preservation instincts. So, you know. My Bastion's like almost always the first one to die, despite their comp being built entirely around Bastion. Anyway, so we managed to bully their Reinhardt to death because he was badly out of position. We've almost got self-destruct built up again. Oh, what was she ever going to do with that one? So I wouldn't actually be super opposed to throwing self-destruct in at them right now, because Reinhardt's currently missing, and a lot of them are just kind of standing out in the open. So if we chuck self-destruct kind of like here, no, not quite like that. Probably more like here-ish, because then it forces these people like really far back here. We might catch these people. These people will be huddled behind the truck, and then we can just like, but it'll be Symmetra and Mercy isolated, so then we can start coming in over here and trying to kill them. And like these two people might die. So I wouldn't be super opposed to throwing it on them right now, just to try and, like, keep momentum going, basically. We put a bit of delay on it and then decide to just kind of lob it in at them. It does end up getting Zarya regardless. Reinhardt was back by that point, which was part of the reason why I was more excited about it, but, you know, it accomplished roughly the same thing. We still killed a person. It did still, like, kind of keep our tempo going. The thing is, our Winston, who I assume was the Reinhardt previously, has very bad self-preservation instincts. It's a bit of a recurring theme in this game, honestly, and ended up dying. So we lost our mech, but fortunately enough, their whole team just got killed by Pharah. So it doesn't matter, and now we can just sort of run after Mercy. Managed to kill Mercy. It was a little scary for a second, but we killed Mercy. So, everything at this point is just, like, bonus. The main benefit to pushing it further at this point is honestly that they're taking, sand loss right now. Because every extra little bit we take it through in overtime, they're getting more tilted as every little bit we go. Their Bastion did some dumb shit again, and he's dead. That was a really good boop. Like, that was, like, he was dead regardless, but that's just, like, we'll just deliver him right into our team. Feels good, man. So, you know, we've, like, honestly, as far as I'm concerned, we've won. Even if we don't win the game, we won the game in spirit at this point. We've pushed it all the way to the end in overtime. At this point, they're gonna, like, end up having to push it in overtime, because I don't think you can mathematically get it this far on the track in 2 minutes and 11 seconds, but I could be wrong about that one. So there's a kind of a giant wall here right now, so I wasn't crazy about that one either. We still killed Bastion regardless, but I mean, I don't think we have to try very hard to kill Bastion at this point. It's just kind of this feeling I've got going. So, I'm not crazy about that self-destruct, because there was the wall there, and there was geometry nearby still as well for them to use. So, at this point, it doesn't look like we're getting this much further along the track, but we've gotten it to basically the end, which is all you can really ask for when you've been in overtime since the first checkpoint, you know? Got him most of the way. Got him most of the way. We've won. Even if we don't win, we won, as far as I'm concerned. So now we've entered the Moira segment, which is a very short segment, which is why she didn't get to be on the card at the start of the video. So we've got a bad comp if they've got Bastion, because our tank currently is Winston. At this point, he should be Orisa, because you can yank the Bastion off at the payload and all that good stuff, and break barriers and all that. Orisa's pretty good against Bastion on defense. Yeah, so we're way too far up now. Their Bastion's behind us, which is not exactly startling, seeing as Bastion's been all about that. So we did actually have an Orisa, now he's changed to Reinhardt. Given what Bastion just tried to pull, I guess, honestly, I'm not that surprised about that one. So we shouldn't be up here. We know Bastion's here. We know Bastion's here. We just saw him kill Orisa, and he's right there. The only way we ever get away with that one is if Bastion is completely blind and just tunes out the world around him. Because we just walked right past him to try and kill Mercy. It's not gonna work. We could have tried to kill Mercy from, like, outside of Bastion's line of sight by, like, hiding behind the cactus and stuff, but, like, we should not have done that. Bastion had to be extremely bad for that one to work out for us. And any play and if you're making a play based around the enemy team being bad, it's a bad play. Don't do it. So we're just getting all up in their grill right now. There's no, no, there's no. Moira doesn't do a lot pressing up on the Bastion comp. Like, it just seemed kind of like I'm gonna touch the payload for the sake of touching the payload kind of play. Moira doesn't get anything out of doing that. We just ran up to, like, try and touch Bastion, but, like, the payload's gonna fucking out-heal us. Like, it's not worth it. I don't think the payload actually out-heals Moira, but you know, we're not exactly doing fucking tearing it up in the DPS stakes. So, miraculously enough, we've actually managed to get them off the payload again, and now we have Coalescence coming up as well. So, I'm basically just gonna pop yeah, just like right there. That's where I'm gonna pop it as well, because they're gonna try and push in right now. I don't really want them to push in, and then look at that. We managed to win in the end, in spite of everything that's happened. We still won. Mostly because their Bastion was really bad. Like, their Bastion was very bad. Our Reinhardt was bad, which is usually a poor indicator of things to come. But their Bastion was super bad. What a play. What a play. What a play. What a play. What a god. What a fucking god among men. What an absolute Goliath of an Overwatch player. Good lord. Ooh. Holy shit. It's not often you see somebody that isn't a tank or Lucio get it. Good job. Babylonet? Babylonet? It's probably fucking French or something. Who gives a shit? So I can't really think of a thing that stood out overarching through this game, mostly because I got distracted like 12 times. Such is the nature of life. It was honestly like one of those games that was like so fucked up as well that it's kind of like hard to get much out of, because a lot of it was just like, We didn't have to do anything because their Bastion was fucking bad, or like they were bad, or our Reinhardt did shit. I guess we overextended a fair few times. That's probably the thing that stood out the most. Also wasn't crazy about our self-destruct use as D.Va, but like, this was a pretty fucked up game. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us, and I hope you found the video helpful.